record for what seems like, I mean, basically since we hooked up a long, long time ago, we were talking about this record, and it finally came out, and everybody's been talking about the Kiss tribute record, and some of the bands that we mentioned that are on it aren't actually on it. Some bands that we didn't have any idea were going to be on it are on it. But right now, I want to talk to you. First of all, how long has this record been in the making?
It actually started a couple of years ago just as an idea that was being tossed around because we kept noticing all these tribute bands playing all over the world. Guys that would put on Kiss makeup and do the shows exactly like.
Because when you saw these, I mean, there's some in LA. There's some really good ones.
Great.
There's also some really bad ones.
I haven't seen.
There's some bad ones I saw, but there's some great Kiss. Now, when you see bands up there with the makeup on, doing the whole Kiss thing, does it feel like these guys are really on, or does it feel like right on?
It's
a little both.
No, it's very flattering. I got to say that when you see a band take that much time and effort to do this stuff, I mean, it really kicks your ass. But I mean, it started to occur to me. I thought, you know, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to record one of these bands doing the stuff. And we said, nah, because it's exactly the same versions as we do, and then you only sort of compare the original to the copy. And then we started seeing these bootleg albums come out. One was called Hard to Believe, which was 25 cutting-edge bands doing Kiss songs. Nirvana, Melvins, a lot of other bands. And it was a bootleg. We thought, hey, that's cool. Then there was a Norwegian one that came out called Flaming Youth, 16 Norwegian bands doing Kiss tunes. And then it started to get real, and the title came first. Kiss My Ass, or is it for our southern neighbors, Kiss My Ayos. And then we just let the word out, and we had over 50 artists. Belle Biv DeVoe.
We're going to talk about the artists that are on it, and even the artists that aren't on it. But right now we're going to play a song from you guys that was actually done on the record by Toad the Wet Sprocket, which was interesting because that wasn't a band that you would automatically think of as being a huge Kiss fan. But I mean, we're going to talk all about this record and tons of more stuff. Gene Simmons is our guest, and here's Rock and Roll All Night from Kiss. Hanging with Gene Simmons, and we're going to spend a lot of time talking about this record, also talk about the book. But the one thing that I've mentioned to you before, the times that we've had Kiss on the Headbangers Ball, we get letters just up until the next time you're on the Headbangers Ball. And these letters are not the letters from the kids that are saying, I remember when Kiss Alive came out, how I bought it. These are kids who are just buying Kiss records for the first time. Their parents might have been Kiss fans, and they don't buy the Kiss because it's nostalgic. They buy it because this is what's new. And I was also talking to you a little bit earlier on the computer. I got on this
email.
Yeah, on America Online or something. And there's like just everybody writing just stuff about Kiss.
It's very bizarre. I mean, it's very bizarre because all this activity is going on, certainly without our, involvement. There's all these Kiss conventions. There are 4 of them happening this month around America. There are 32 happening in Europe. We have
Do you ever go to any of them, or?
I've only been to one. I went to the one in London, and we went to give somebody a gold record as a, sort of a thank you. And it was at the Astoria Theater, just room enough for 1,500 people. You walk in, it was like sardines. You see the steam rising from people, and we're on stage. We couldn't even have a conversation with the guy who was asking us questions because it was all, you're having my baby. Paul Anka, you're having my baby. Just one of those days.
I got that one too, though. I did get that.
You did?
I got it.
I mean, it's very bizarre. The fanzines are a thing unto themselves. I mean, the tattoos. They're out of their minds. Look at these people. This is the inside. You'll find this in the packaging. Kiss fans are a little bizarre. They tattoo their bodies. I mean,
and chances are, if you watch the show, you know somebody that's got that or this one of Gene. I mean, there's a lot of people that have.
There's one great story. A very sweet girl who wound up being a very close friend who decided to tattoo. Well, first she shaved, and then she tattooed my face in the most flattering place. My mouth was open.
Use your imagination, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just leave it at that.
You're having my baby.
We're going to come back with more Gene Simmons, and we'll talk about this record. We're going to talk about each of the people that are on this record, why, and talk about the book when the Headbangers Ball continues. On the Rackman, Gene Simmons. I like the records when they were big like this.
They should really, we talked about this before, they should really have CD. If you want to have CDs and stuff, okay, stick a small CD in there. Damn it, give us the artwork. Let us look at the lyrics. Let us you know, see this cool stuff.
I like it big like this.
We do.
Anyways,
Size
the record
matters.
is called Kiss My Ass. It is out in your stores now. I hope you're buying it. It's a Kiss tribute record. Real quick, I want to go through some of the bands on it. Now, I haven't heard the record at all.
I have.
Okay.
Take it from me, it's very cool.
I have heard that track number 1, Deuce from Lenny Kravitz, is awesome.
Let me tell you something.
I've heard that track is awesome. That's what I'm hearing about.
Lenny is a complete crazy guy, as I'm sure you know.
I like Lenny Kravitz.
Artist in his own right, there's no question about it. The guy used to get dressed up in Kiss makeup and go to school to make whatever statement he wanted to make. But obviously there was something inside of him that made him want to get out there and say, I'm not like you, I'm just me. So he went through the entire route and finally did Deuce his way. And I got...
Because that's one thing that was important to you. It wasn't, you didn't want to hear them say, wow, this sounds like Kiss. You wanted these bands to show their style doing the songs, right?
That's the whole point of this. I think if every band didn't do it...
Because Deuce is a kind of a funky song, and I could see Lenny really just like...
his way. And I mean, it sounds more like Sly and the Family Stone, if anything. It sounds less like Kiss, but that's very important.
Wait, did Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder plays harp on it. Out of this world.
I want to hear that.
And then we got Garth Brooks and his backup band,
See, you know
the
what
Kiss Band.
People might laugh is, I actually like some Garth Brooks songs.
Hey, look.
And he did Hard Luck Woman, and I heard that he didn't do like Hard Luck Woman. I heard he did like a rocking version of Hard Luck Woman.
Sounds like young Rod Stewart, the guy Kills. We flew to Nashville. He said, I'll do this song, but without you guys, I'm not going to do it. So we flew to Nashville.
Because Garth was a Kiss fan.
Well, when he was 15, he knows every bizarre lick.
Because Garth Brooks was one of like the first country guys. Here we go, talking about Garth. He used to use pyrotechnics in his show.
Elevators and...
which is like unheard of in
lasers
country.
And stuff.
Probably took it from seeing Kiss.
Maybe.
We'll just say that. We got to go to a video right now. Then we're going to come back and talk about the other bands. For instance, the next one right after Garth Brooks. When would anybody think that right after a Garth Brooks song, you're going to hear an Anthrax song? We're going to tell you what Anthrax does on the Kiss tribute record. But right now, we're going to be playing a song from Anthrax. And you even got on stage and played them a couple times. Talk about that, too.
That's right.
This is Anthrax with Only. Welcome back. We're going through the Kiss My Ass Kiss tribute record, which is out. We talked about Garth Brooks, who I guess is a huge Kiss fan. And we played Anthrax a little bit earlier. Anthrax does the song She, and you've got up on stage a couple times, because Anthrax did do Parasite for a while.
They recorded Parasite, they recorded Love Her All I Can, and actually they just played Los Angeles, and actually a couple of cool bands played Los Angeles recently, and we just couldn't help it. They asked us to play. Got up and did 2 tunes with Pantera, kicked my ass. We did She and Cold Gin, and we did
Daryl, I know, I think Daryl might even have a Kiss tattoo.
Daryl's entire front here is
Yeah.
Ace. Ace's face, right there, tattooed.
They're huge Kiss fans.
And, but even more important is they just kick-ass guys. They really know how to do this stuff the right way. And we jumped up with Anthrax and a lot of cool bands. Red Cross. Life's good.
Okay. Now after that, you do Christine 16 is done by the Gin Blossoms.
That's right.
And then we've got Rock and Roll All Night by Toad the Wet Sprocket. I mean, 2 bands that you wouldn't necessarily think as being hard rock bands. Definitely they're not bands that we play on the Headbangers Ball, but I mean, sure, all these people are very influenced by Kiss.
Dinosaur Jr.
Dinosaur Jr.
Very hip.
The Lemonheads. Those are bands that we wouldn't necessarily think of as being Kiss-type bands, but you chose to put these on the record.
When you look back in retrospect, when I was growing up and I was listening to music, whatever I became in Kiss, before that is a result of what I was listening to, and I was a Beatle fan. That's all I ever listened to. And whatever happens in that sort of transfusion of musical roots that lead into who you become is a result of that. So Garth listened to Kiss, and then he became Garth, and you know, I listened to Beatles, and that's what I became. So that's what's
These are just all things. There's a couple other bands I want to mention, ask you some questions about. This record is awesome. You got to get it. I haven't heard it, but I'm just looking at it. Kiss My Ass.
Kiss My Ass.
I just like saying that too, because I never get to on Headbangers Ball. Anyways, we're going to talk more about this Kiss My Ass Kiss tribute record as we talk to Gene Simmons, so stay there. Gene Simmons, the record's called Kiss My Ass. I'm going to finish telling you some of the bands that are on it. Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, which I think is like a great party band. Detroit Rock City. I like that band.
The coolest. Dickie sings like he's got pieces of meat flying out of his mouth, which is what it's all about.
Uh-huh. And then there's people that maybe we haven't heard of, like the German version, Die Art.
Die Ärzte.
The Ärzte.
One of the biggest bands in Germany. That's right.
And they do Unholy in German.
In German. And then they break into about 30 seconds of I Was Made for Loving You. Cracks you up. They go, doo, 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 and then they start, they break into that.
Okay, Yoshiki. Says Black Diamond.
Yoshiki is in the biggest group in Japan, a group called X. And we initially were just going to release the X track just for the Japanese market. And the German track is just in the European market, although this collector's item does have this. Anyway, the Yoshiki track is a 7-minute symphony orchestra version of Black Diamond using the American Symphony Orchestra, all 74 pieces of it, recorded here in New York City. And when we heard it, we just were like amazed by it. I mean, it's one thing to come up with a riff. Paul wrote the tune, I wrote the riff. And when you play it on a bass guitar, it's one thing. To hear a 74-piece symphony orchestra playing that, it's just beyond.
And when we come back, we're going to find out who this band, Shandy's Addiction, is. You might not have heard of them, but when we tell you who's in it, you will have heard of those guys. But right now, you want the song we're going to play from Kiss?
That's right. Very, very sweet song. Hold on to your balls. Here's the ballad, Unholy.
We're back with Gene Simmons. We are going to find out what Kiss is up to, because I know everybody's saying, okay, let's find out when are we going to see Kiss, but I want you to tell us about this band, Shandy's Addiction, who we might not have ever heard of, the band itself.
Shandy's Addiction is, I mean, here's what, very quickly, the album took shape very fast. We had over 50 bands that wanted to get involved. We had Ozzy Osbourne and Stone Temple Pilots doing a duet of Watching You. We had Soundgarden doing War Machine, Alice in Chains doing Larger Than Life, just the coolest of the cool. 9 Inch Nails were going to do Love Gun. And of course the record companies, the suits got in the way and told them basically they can't do it. So we had a limited amount of space. So Shandy's Addiction is made up of Maynard from Tool, Tom Morello and the guy, Rage Against the Machine, Faith No More, all together doing Calling Dr. Love. It rips. It'll knock 10 pounds of any fat girl within 1,000 yards of this record. It rips. One
thing I gotta ask you, I mean, all these bands, because I remember when we were talking about it, there were a lot of bands that we had spoke about before that were supposed to be on it. And on the record it says Missing in Action. You see bands that people might expect more to do a Kiss tribute, like Stone Temple Pilots, Ozzy, Soundgarden, Skid Row, Megadeth, Belle Biv DeVoe, 9 Inch Nails, Ministry, Tony. I mean, now, did all these bands actually record?
Some of them did. We had a track of the Melvins with Kurt Cobain right before he passed away doing Going Blind, but it actually came in too late. Dinosaur Jr. beat him to the punch, so...
So does that mean we might ever have Kiss My Ass 2? Yes.
They're talking about it now, but I tell you honestly, without playing games, we're so busy. Next week, we're starting the next studio record. Notice the segue? And then, which we hope that it'll be out by Christmas. Then July, August.
Leave them hanging.
That's right, we will.
Let's leave them hanging, because we're going to talk about all the stuff that Kiss is up to, because everybody really wants to know. And there's a lot.
I want to play Morbid Angel. I want to play some Morbid Angel.
Then we'll play Morbid Angel. And we'll do that right now, because Gene wanted. Here's Morbid Angel. Being talking about this Kiss tribute record, Kiss My Ass, but I want to spend some time talking about other stuff right now. First, let's talk about the book.
We have a book.
History.
That's right.
Big coffee table book if you have a strong coffee table.
All you need are the legs, folks. It's 1.25 feet long by 1 foot wide. It weighs in at close to 9 pounds a book. 450 pages of gloss, our history, the stuff that nobody knows about, the pictures, the facts, the names, the places, all of it. Comes in a hard shell case, embossed, which means raised letters, real cool looking stuff, numbered and signed. It's not available.
Signed? Personally signed?
Absolutely.
By
each single copy by the band.
Really?
Yeah, the book is not available in bookstores. We wanted to do something special for, you know, you guys, because you stuck by us for so long. So instead of worrying about going out of bookstores and having to wade through the next guy who wants to read Chaucer or something, but you should read Chaucer, Canterbury Tales. You open up Kiss My Ass the album or Kiss My Ass the video, and inside there's going to be an 800 number. You call if you want, and you reserve your copy, because there's only going to be a certain number. It's a monster. Ba-boom!
9-pound book. We'll talk about recording plans, tour plans, and something that I want to ask, something that I read. But right now we're going to be playing a video that you actually have a brief part in, and you are not the 2-foot guy with makeup. You're the other Gene Simmons in the video. You seen the video?
I don't know which one you mean.
Stuttering John. Check it
out. Oh, that one.
You gotta